Hello everybody. So it's on my own mind to do a press play twice. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the car right now working it out because that's how I used to stay in shape, y'all, just so that y'all know. I used to car dance the whole way to work. I'm surprised, really surprised. I didn't need a damn new chair every 3 months. I'm an athlete, yo. I'll get it in where I can fit it in. That's how I stayed in shape. That and walking to 85,000 meetings a day, wearing the floors out in 6-inch heels all day. They wondered how tall I really was the whole time. Anywho, I'm feeling playful and jovial and so forth, but there's like 2 videos that I'm gonna post, and I'm gonna post disclaimers and warnings. Why? Because welcome to me in real time. And me in real time means that, you know, I'm connected to my own universe and I gotta deal with what I gotta deal with. But I got a whole stockpile of emotions and stories and things that have gone untold. And so, because of that, this whole process comes in ebbs and flows. You know, sometimes they give me some space where ain't nobody around me and I love it. Sometimes they give me some space where I'm overcrowded and I gotta get used to it again. But for the most part, you know, my emotional standpoint is pretty solid. The challenges I'm facing right now are just that, you know, I ebb and flow between good stories and emotional ones. And the good story on this side is that, man, alright, so how we all get our little code names. One of mine was Rhythmless Nation 3. Okay. Well, see, here's the trick of me, right? Yeah, I do what I want to do when I want to do it. You think I'm going to bust out my best hot karate out there in front of, you know, people, big sisters or whoever who want to taunt me about what I can do on and how I can work it. No, you're gonna get my complete F action, yo. You're getting F. So because of that F that I got in, you know, dance category, we'll call it, I got Rhythmless Nation 3. So now here comes down to the ugly part of my chapter and how I will call Naughty all the way out. Naughty, you getting a shout out bad. You getting a bad shout out right here. These heifers, after I became a Zeta and wanted to go on the step team, I'm now trying to catch up with what's going on in the step crew because I ain't never learned how to step in all them years I've been on the yard. These heifers going high practice. Call y'all out. I call everybody. I call everybody and everybody's, Tia, come on. You busy anyway. So, you know, we was meeting. We were, right? And then it fell apart. How it always fell apart when I call. Okay? It always fell apart the night before that they couldn't do it no more. Then came a demonstration or something, an exhibition or something, and these heifers jumped out fresh. All the old heads jumped out fresh. I was mad. I knew they was hiding step practice on me, and I was mad, yo. So the inside funny on Katia is, well, I might be able to work it, drop it, pop it, lock it, and all that. I don't have no coordination when it comes to stepping. I have never learned how to step. I don't know how to do those strolls. I don't know how to do nothing. So y'all got work to do on me. And the reason why I post this one, because, man, y'all got ebb and flow with me. So the disclaimer will be made that y'all having a bipolar date with Katia, okay? Meaning, this one is cute and funny, but the other one goes to that place. So, who am I? I'm Katia, and I'm okay. So, yeah, you know, you want to know how people get through when, you know, you talking blood, sweat, and tears, perseverance, and preparation, and, you know, performance, and the perspiration that goes behind all them P's that we all got something different to say, but it all means press down, right? It means know thyself. It means, you know what your limitations are, know what your good stuff is, and most importantly, what I learned from Naughty, know how to act. Right? Straight up. May it be funny, may it be, you know, in jest, whatever, know where the limits are. And take it from there. I mean, because my chapter is filled with funnies. Them chicks is funny, but they got some hardcore jobs. Like, they not slackers. They all in, like, you know, serious law enforcement, security type like things. Man, and they like to play football. I don't have no problems with none of that. I'm in the right place at the right time and copping. You know, I was messed up with a whole bunch of girls that like to bruise. Oh, it was a match made in heaven. But not everybody can try out for that squad, okay? Because they real picky in particular. Why? Because they're competitive. And they're the best at what they do. I mean, from track and field to basketball to softball to you name it. I was the soccer girl. I brought soccer. So, you know, it's all good. I mean, one of my code names is White Girl. So, you know, I fit very well in corporate America because I could go both ways. It took them a long time to hear me talk like this. Because, I mean, corporate couture was corporate couture, but they got the lash. When they got their tongue lashing, I know they didn't know what country it was coming from. They know that when I bust loose on one of them in private and closed quarters, it was ugly, bond ugly, but I was given the license to pass to do it. So, have they been blessed by a Jamaican American girl in their life from Baltimore? Oh, yes, they can say that. It's funny. I had that could go up in corporate America that could say amen, right? Amen. So, I can bless my tongue. And anybody who knows what's going on in terms of life is spirituality, spiritual discernment. And people who have the gift are sometimes very empathic. And that goes back to what they talk about in terms of psychology. Whether or not a person is psychological in boundaries or not. However, there's two godfathers of psychology lesson. Freud, who we all know, and Carl Jung, lesser known. Carl Jung believed all of this was spirituality and unrest in the bloodline, in the family bloodline going back centuries and centuries. And he studied his mother. And he listened to what his mother had to say. Then he wrote a book. They call it the Red Book. I own a copy of it. It's a tabletop book. Sometimes it's about $150, but it may be either more or less now. I don't know. It's value. But it was translated from, I think, German. And it's filled with all of his drawings. Now, they always say behind a psychiatrist, there needs to be a psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever have you, and those people really like to play God with people's heads. And they do. Because those who do not believe in spirituality can't bring to the table some things that some people need, which is truly not, I'm not saying spiritual healing, but they are truly connected to a spiritual level. And it makes them fritz all the way out. So, you know, people who are not believers in that can't understand how to fit that in with traditional government standard operation therapy. So you end up with this very disconjointed system that a person is going to pass hands if they have mental illness or whatever have you. They're going to pass hands several times in a lifetime. So there you have it. So I went from the funny to the intelligent to the, you know, where I'm at. But I have fun with my life. And that's what people need to understand. I'm very, very over not being able to see my friends, to be quite honest. The people on my timeline that I know and love and want to hug and haven't seen since God knows when. That's what I want. I'm looking for I'm looking for that party where I can hug everybody. So in between these moments, I'm still processing and pimping. You know, and that's what people need to take away from my videos for today. And as I said, I'm going to put a disclaimer on them. And they both have two different contents. So I'll talk to you guys later. Love you.